Imagine growing up in a home where having food on the table every night was a dream. You're surrounded by your own thoughts on a daily basis and are in fear of the world around you. For most Americans, this is their reality. Tonight, I will discuss why Americans should not only be entitled to free therapy, but also free medication. As citizens of the United States and people that care about one another, we need to bring attention to free therapy. Millions of people struggle with depression and anxiety and either know it or are in denial of it. The one thing that is most consistent about depression is that it applies to families everywhere and anywhere. No matter where you live, what your past, future, or present has to offer, you will probably deal with something life-shattering. Through all different kinds of case studies and statistics, it has been found that 40 million people are clinically diagnosed with depression and anxiety. This happens to be extremely repetitive around our country and doesn't show any signs of stopping. The worst thing you can do for yourself or anyone around you is stay silent if you know someone is struggling. As someone who watched a friend silently struggle, I will always regret not checking in on her. This depression especially is a sneaky one because you could be having the greatest day of your life and then the next you hit rock bottom. This is when people get blindsided by their emotions and can't get the help that they need because it's not there for them. To bring me to my next point, 37.9 million people in the US are defined as in poverty. Currently, there are millions of definitions of being poor, especially depending on where you live and where you're surrounded by. As we look at this picture of LA, which is known to be the number one most popular area for homeless in the United States. Here's some pictures of the streets and how it is considered to be poor or in poverty. With this being said, not many people qualify for healthcare and pharmaceutical care, and it's extremely hard to qualify for anyway, and being poor, it just sets them back even more. Secondly, medication and therapy are extremely expensive and definitely not affordable. For people without things like insurance or healthcare, the prices can skyrocket. One specific article that comes to my mind when I talk about free medication and free therapy is Make Therapy Free for Everyone by Richard Reeves, which is also discussed by Isabel Sawhill, who they speak on same links on why these necessities should be provided for us. They argue the fact that CBT and free scanning could change these horrific percentages and better the world, hopefully. And even with things like medical care and insurance, prices for visits can be insane amounts of money. One specific thing that stuck in the article to me was when it stated, when it comes to the provision of mental health treatment, a simple step in the right direction would be enabling universal access to cognitive behavior therapy. CBT is a problem-focused, empirically based psychotherapy that teaches patients to detect and modify thought patterns and change to behavior to reduce distress and promote well-being. People who aren't fond of medication will try other forms of therapy, such as sound or water therapy. There's also holistic therapy and I know some people also go through chirotherapy, seeing a chiropractor, cracking their back, that helps them in those ways. It's a good way to learn how to cope for yourself. And if you don't like medication or talking to someone like that, then there's always going to be another option for you. And you just have to seek out and look for that help. If we don't fight for our change, then we will continue to just increase in percentage with depression and anxiety, and we can realize that we're doing too little too late for our friends and family. We need to have uncomfortable conversations with the people we love in order to keep them healthy and not in a bad mind state. Depression and medication are going more advanced in all countries around the world, and they're learning new techniques to provide the best solution to help everyone. In all, everyone in the US should be given the opportunity of free therapy and medication, free health screenings, and and CBT screenings for their safeties of being in the United States. At the end of the day, we don't want to lose someone we love and care about because of something that we didn't address when we saw it. So, thank you for listening to my speech on why we should have free medication and free therapy.